go through Morphlings and Timbers tankiness, but they're looking to play with like 2-item timing, I would say. 2 items on Storm, 2.5, 3 items on Naga Siren, and you're going to be good to go.
Okay. We'll see if that ends up being the case. 2-item timing.
I'm talking about 2-item timing when they start to put like more pressure on the map. And they also don't have any kind of cooldowns. Outside of Piggy Killers, there's a big one. There's Global Silence, but other than that, they can also like keep fighting, but it's also a big tool that they bring into a team fight. FY, does have Ion Shell on him.
I thought you meant 2-item timing, you know, wands, treads, and then you just win the game.
Yeah, 2 branches ready to go. Call it.
I love when you know what I'm, you know, joking about.
Yeah.
When you're right on it. Just 6 a.m. in the morning for you.
6 slotted heroes already. Looking at FY on Spirit Breaker has that Observer Ward, then going to be 5 slotted.
Oh, no. He might be 4 slotted if he uses that Blood Grenade early. Mid matchup always exciting. I feel like XM, to me, he was always one of those mids that was like on the cusp of being great.
Yeah, this is why he called himself XM. Excellent mid. Had some really good performances, and he's like, yeah, I got to change my nickname. But should be Storm Spirit favored. He's going to be the one putting the pressure. We all know Somnus Storm Spirit. It's been a staple in the Chinese region, I would say, for a decade.
Yeah, a very long time. Just one of these days, he'll go back to being known as Maybe.
And that was a different player.
Everybody's got to change their in-game name, right? Like Paparazzi, he was Yuno, then he went to Paparazzi, then he went to Eurus, now he's back to Paparazzi. Like, I'm waiting for the Somnus era when he goes back to being into the Maybe era. That's when you know he's back.
Maybe he'll do it. Maybe he won't. We'll have to see.
Yep. We'll have to see. FY dragging this creep wave and sitting a little bit low. Not a hero that you think of when you think FY, but I'm always excited to see him pull something a little bit new out of the hat.
Not the hero that... It's not a skill shot hero. You're like, charge, do. You go in, pray that you're going to get some bashes in, and that's about it. It's not like you can really style on them with Spirit Breaker.
Did you learn that from American Baseball? The you know, the Charge song that you just did?
Oh, you guys are trying to say everything's American.
No, but...
No, I don't think I've ever watched baseball. That's one of my dreams, to go to a baseball game for some reason, even though I don't even know the rules. But
if you come to New York, I will buy us tickets.
Okay, and a hat and a hot dog, promise me.
I will. I'll buy you a hot dog
and a drink.
I'll get you a pretzel,
jersey,
whatever you want to drink. Jersey that might be a little bit
like
too
far,
but
already.
I'm in for it.
Okay, we'll have this on stream.
And we'll make content. Okay, it'll be great.
Let's now focus on the game. The game is a bit slower, 3 minutes in. Now people are going to pick up these Lotuses from Lotus Pool. One's going to be available on Ava, going into Vanguard. Both laners do have that item queued up, so going to be very tanky, difficult to kill. This type of a slower game does benefit Azure Ray, because Darkseer, Spirit Breaker, all these heroes kind of need levels. Your Naga Siren, the only hero who wants to make some early ganks going, is definitely Storm Spirit, so we'll see Somnus being more active. It's going to be very important to control the runes for him. So for mostly like 6 minutes, there's going to be 5 or 6 heroes in this mid lane.
Yeah, we'll have to see who moves over.
Somnus dominating this mid matchup. Didn't know it's going to be
22-6, wow.
This bad. He plays his heart out for every single creep. As we could say, in pubs, when someone does this, it's called try-harding. You start all chatting, start harassing them because they're doing better than you.
Yeah, you try to
Your ego can't take it.
Somnus.
I said 6 minutes
Blood grenade?
on this double blood grenade.
Yeah, he might be in trouble, but the double blood grenade onto Frisk, he's low. But
Nice
he'll
remnant.
finally die there to the Pugna and XM. He's got the Resonant Pulse shield and then dissimulates away. So it ends up being a 1-for-1, but not one you want to be giving up when Somnus ends up dying for the first blood. And the first blood went the way of Mercy, showing him none of it.
No points in Glaives of Wisdom. Love to see it early on. I'd say on level 4, you kind of want to get it also in some certain matchups where you're playing against Intelligence Hero.
Surging away, but wants to die to neutrals and couldn't get it. Arcane Curse was the tick that got him.
Mercy, 2-0. It's going to make some stacks. Not going to be able to stack that second camp because Chalice blocked it before he died. So
Aether
something
Remnant?
out of his dead mid lane.
Charge and the dissimulate. Yep, getting out. That Resonant Pulse early. It's a level 3, so good physical barrier to make sure that he's pretty much okay in this lane. And what was a domination has now kind of, sat itself pretty close. Top lane charge on Fly, who's shifted pretty heavy in the Agi.
Always gives me anxiety seeing Fly low on Morphling.
Yeah, anytime it gets about under 200 health, I'm a little concerned.
Look at that Vanguard timing at the same time. 5 minutes, 45 seconds. Good luck killing this Timbersaw. Because they're keeping mid lane busy. They know where the real threat's coming from. So Somnus, after that first dead, he's forced to go back, which is pretty big. Piggy Killer's doing a really good job.
Yeah, Piggy Killer, as much as I think they're getting a lot of flack for being 2-4 in the season and not making it to the major, this is a group of...
You just stopped. You stopped to see how much HP he has.
Yeah. I had to take a look.
I didn't see it. I didn't think he was going to die, but I guess they vacuumed him.
He's very high in the Agi if you look at his hero right now. But yeah, this is a team of players who I think...
Oh, Somnus again on this mid lane. He's level 5.
He's in trouble.
He's
Silence,
dead.
Arcane Curse. XM, he's got another step. Maybe he gets a kill here on Mercy, but with that Astral Step, Somnus is going to die. And to finish my point, finally, I would say is, Piggy Killer is a team of a bunch of veterans. These are two teams that I think are in similar positions, right? We're veterans, we're putting a squad together. Can we do what many think may be improbable?
It's just they changed names, so maybe people who don't follow the scene as much, they're like, who are these guys? This is Fade we're talking about.
Yeah, you got guys like Mercy, who, before was on Magma, went as Mian Mian. I used to love calling him Mian Mian. He was a great 5. I thought he was one of the best players on that Magma squad.
I did really well, but look at this mid tower. 7-8 minutes into the game,
Wow.
They managed to kill Somnus twice. He's jungling, still level 5. They used this opportunity because they pushed him out of the lane. XM was level 6, so they have this initiation going from Astral Step into Remnant play. Things are going really well for Piggy Killer. They're going to take another tower in this bottom lane. Not
So
much you can
already
do.
the map is just shrinked 20%, maybe even more than that. It's kind of insane. Shackle Shot, Chakram, Astral Step, and an Aether Remnant. I leave Tia Ming dead. Tia Ming, and to go back to players in their history, he was one of those guys who I thought was going to be a big star in the Chinese region. When he played with that original eHome squad of Old Chicken, Old 11, Yi, and all of them, I thought he was going to be a star. He played really well. He had that moment at the Bucharest Major, or Minor, I want to say. One of those GIFs I still have saved on my computer when he went absolutely haywire after winning a game and playing so well. And I loved the emotion. And I thought at that moment, like, he was going to be the next big support.
Yes, slowed down afterwards.
Yeah. It was unfortunate because I still think he's that guy.
Yan Ming again.
Yeah, I'm getting caught out. Astral Step, there's the kill, and you see that Mercy, he's got the +2 because he finally took a point in the Glaives of Wisdom.
That's +4 already. It's going to start to add up. Things looking really, really good for Piggy Killer. Morphling, Fly, he's farming this top lane. Changed his item build. He was thinking about going Mass, but bought Cornucopia, going into Lincoln's next. So, great item. Wants to protect himself against Spirit Breaker. Something about, like, Chinese players loving to buy
FY? Charge,
Morphling.
wall. FY hit with the Aether Remnant and killed off. There are a lot of heroes here from the side of Piggy Killer. They'll get the kill in a frisk. Chalice trying to run, but the waveform, the ball lightning, now the Vortex on a Fly. Uh-oh, Mercy's dead. Fly might drop too. He's trying to run. He's trying to shift. Don't want to shift too much, otherwise you'll activate sticky keys.
That's still a thing. I don't know why. Why is that even, like, I never actually read it. Like, what's with the sticky keys?
I don't know. I turned it off on my computer.
Should be turned off by default, but yeah, Chalice getting a double kill. Tanky enough with this Vanguard with a cold bracelet. Like, this is the item that you want to have. And speaking of the item, Lu also does have one. He's farming up. It's important that Somnus is not dying, that he's getting like some gold.
Right.
Not going to be the easiest game for him considering the start. Lowest net worth core at the moment. And you're also playing into Silencer, who's not level 6 yet, but definitely not an easy matchup by any means. And you also gave an extremely good start to XM, who was about to finish off his Echo Saber, an item that we see kind of being a core item nowadays on Void Spirit since the Universal Hero change.
Core item on a lot of Universal Heroes in general, right?
Yeah. One thing I like about this Azure Ray's draft is the combo that they have, because later down the line you will have Aghanim Scepter on Storm, Vacuum. You can set things up with Vacuum because it goes through the Song of Sirens, so you can reposition them while they're slept. Charge, like Vacuum into Charge, is massive.
See if that combo ends up coming out. Now level 6 on Spirit Breaker and level 6 on the Pugna. Everybody having that green diamond under their portrait. And gonna hit that mark in 2 minutes for that next Wisdom Rune. I mean, we beat a horse to death with how many times we've talked about the fact that Wisdom Runes feel to be one of the most important objectives on the map.
Pretty much. Compared to Tormentor, XP runes are just way too valuable. Sure, you like get them early on, so it feels like they have more importance to it. And now, pushing this tier 1 tower top, Global Silence is available. I don't think they should go for tanky hero like Chalice. I want to see Piggy Killer take these fights because they feel super strong right now. Ava with Vanguard, 2 healing Lotuses should be, I would say, unkillable unless they group up on top of him with 4 heroes.
Yeah, it would be really tough. Throws the Chakram out. In a second, they'll have the Nether Blast to take at the tower, and they do exactly that. In kind of slowing down a little bit, and it's giving time for Somnus to recover, but they go after this. Vacuum wall on a 3 heroes, but they've got Frisk around the side. They get the kill to TM Ming, the Astral Step. Chalice sitting low. And the ball lightning in from Somnus. The Global Silence is used. They'll take out a second in Chalice. Charge hits Somnus. That's a morphed Fly as a Spirit Breaker going in there. But nobody to follow that up as Mercy sits low, but he'll end up escaping.
There's some really good targets that Fly can turn into in this game. One's going to be Lu. The other is going to be Spirit Breaker. So you have Charge, you have Bash, you have Bulldoze, getting that status resistance so you can't be slowed down. And Azure Ray going to use this opportunity since they use Global Silence. They're going to go and look for kills because with Storm Spirit, Spirit Breaker, you should be able to get kills. Not sure if that's the kill that they can easily get.
Timber? Can they get him? He's low. Ava, Timber chaining away. The artist formerly known as SRF will eventually drop here to Somnus. That's a big kill to get.
Yeah, he messed up there. Should not used the Shield Scepter defensively like that, because if he gets away, Somnus jumps, he can Yule Scepter and then run away, get another Timber Chain.
They're coming
Look
up.
at the number of occult bracelets. There's 6 of them in this game. 6 heroes have this item. I think it says a lot about how strong this item is.
FY, XM, Invis just going across, maybe looking for Somnus. Charge actually finding Frisk. So that means that they don't have the Astral Step Aether Remnant Shackle Shot combo. But when you come in with the Vortex, the Aether Remnant down, Frisk is going to try and land a Shackle Shot. It doesn't connect. The Astral Step, that'll go across the bow of Somnus. They got the kill on a Frisk. Yule's up into the air, and Somnus is in trouble. He doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, but Ball Lightning away from the wall, charge in. But the Aether Remnant lands on FY, so he can't get the charge to hit onto the Timber Saw. They get the kill on Somnus as well as FY, and Pugna will fall too. 3 heroes dead on the side of Azure Ray.
While all this is happening, you have Luke who's
on
farming.
Timbersaw.
He's not joining any of these fights. Manta Style already done. His net worth skyrocketing, going into Orchid as his next item, which I really like. Gonna give them enough control for these like heroes like Void Spirit, who does build into Manta Style, but still you're gonna have like good 2-3 minutes, depending if you want to join, to be able to get those kills. FY picks up Wisdom Rune. There's still...
Yep.
Never mind. They picked it up on the other side as well. But yeah, keeping this 1k gold lead steady on side of Piggy Killer. And looking at the amount of intelligence stolen, Silencer, Mercy, 12 already. Kind of like this early point. Big fan of it.
It's definitely gonna feel more harsh later on, right?
Yeah, for sure. It starts to add up.
So Shield Rune bottled up by XM. That's going to give him an extra 1,000 health, basically. Because 50% of anything, 16 minutes into the game, seems very fair and balanced.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's too high, I think.
It should
Like, we
scale with the
rounded it
game.
up. Like, they were probably thinking, you know what, 30%, but 50 sounds better. Because this is 70, like, especially on Universal Heroes, because they do buy into all these stats item, and suddenly you have a hero with 2,000 HP 20 minutes into the game, then he picks up a Shield Rune, and that's an extra 1,000.
Is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
XM kind of in this interesting spot. Staying out of blocking that camp, making sure that he can farm as much as he can. He's going into the Manta next. This is no surprise. I mean, this is just the typical Void Spirit build. The Yules is the really big thing that's kind of put me up for a loop here on Ava.
Yeah. Great in terms of dispelling things. There's like multiple things you can dispel. Decrypify, Bulldoze, Surge plus Iron Shell. They thought they're going to use this as budget nullifier. It does give Ava slightly more mana to work with. Mana regen feels always nice on Timbersaw.
Man, Lou's farming wildly fast.
He's 0/0/0. It means he's farm mode activated. And now they said, I said that they have like good 2-3 minute timings to kill this Void Spirit before he gets Manta Style. Morphling not the easiest one because he does have Lincoln Sphere available, but they can proc it with Charge, Initiate with Storm. There's going to be Global to counter it. But now Lou feels like he wants to be slightly more active. Look for the fights.
Maelstrom picked up by Frisk means he's going to try and be the 4th core, right?
Yeah, we've seen it. FY when he played against Medusa, also did go for the scaling item, went for that Diffusal Blade. He feels like he might need it. And also you are playing into this Naga Siren, so you could be the one dealing damage. You find the real target. It's going to be a lot of procs from Focus Fire, help to deal with the illusions. It's not effective as it is if you're a core because you don't hit the timings, but still going to feel good in the game, I would say. But if you're locked into, I don't know, some Glimmer Cape Force Staff type of situation, then you will not be able to scale.
Mid lane, XM. Nothing going on. Just fake hype. They've got 5 heroes towards the bottom end of this map for the side of Piggy Killers. The only one who's really not there right now is Blue, who's just, like you said, PvE mode, trying to farm, going for that heart. And they fight without him. They do have a tier 2 to TP to if they do want to end up taking this fight. They'll charge all the way through. They'll land on Frisk. They've got the Nether Strike, Nether Blast, Vacuum into the wall. That's on a 3. Global Silence is used a little bit late. They already got the kill on the Fly. So Fly turns into this Spirit Breaker. He charges for a moment. They did have Lou TP to this fight, but doesn't exactly look like Piggy Killers want to go for this exchange overall.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But wall already used and expended. As Azure Ray really don't get much out of that.
Azure Ray will continue to farm up. They still don't feel too comfortable to take a fight. They're these tanky heroes. Like all 3 cores pretty much are super difficult to kill. So they're going to farm it up. Somnus definitely needs a BKB to feel less threatened about this global silence. XM, another shield rune. And now that's 1,000 because he does have 1,000 HP at the moment. 2,000 HP.
Just ridiculous shield rune. I really think it either should scale or give 30%. 50 is just out of control. The amount of times we've seen heroes that have this shield rune survive because they've activated it and they just don't even lose any health, or they go on the hero that has the shield rune and then they only get through the shield to realize the team's responded is insane.
And looking at the ways how to amplify his damage, XM finds Specialist Array or chooses to go for it since the token has been added to the game.
Right.
So you get extra 12 damage, you get 5 old stats, which is extra like 10.5. So that's almost 23 damage coming out from this item.
Orchid, Manta just picked up by XM. And also had that shield rune activate. Right now he's dealing with an extra 1,000 health. Fly mid lane will wait for him back to his side of the map. Wisdom rune picked up by Mercy. There is a Wisdom rune waiting on the side of Azure Ray. Almost a heart for Lou, but again, both these teams not exactly looking to skirmish yet.
What Azure Ray wants to do, I don't know. Trying to go for
Ava?
Ava here. He's super tanky.
Vortex charge, Timber Chain? No, there's a vacuum. But still, getting a kill on the Timber Saw doesn't feel likely. Would have been surprising with the amount of commitment there. I do have the Guardian Greaves now on Chalice. We haven't really talked much about Chalice or his build at the moment. Pipe into the Guardian Greaves. Looking for the Blink Dagger next.
Pretty standard stuff, I would say. Makes him super tanky. Pipe has also been picked up by Ava. He's also holding
FY.
on to Dragon Scale. FY gonna drop one more time.
Do they go for more? It's what they're looking for with Ava.
Nice.
Heals up into the air, Chakram down, and can they get this kill? He's got Guardian Greaves in 8 seconds, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to use it with the Aether Remnant. However, finds himself invis thanks to the Glimmer Cape, and they go to the backlines. They get the kill into Ava, so he'll survive and use those Guardian Greaves. They take out Mercy, 2 heroes down to the side of Piggy Killer. And can they get anything more? Ball Lightning and a couple of right clicks on a Frisk makes it a 3rd here for Azure Ray. They're trying very hard to get this song. They'll get the Surge. Can they catch up to Fly? They can. So Fly, he has his Lincoln's pop. That allows them to get the charge. Now he'll pop that Manta. Throw those illusions over on Lou, and I doubt that charge goes all the way through, but it will mean that FY can keep up with his team.
Yeah, Lou's going ham in the previous fight, and look at his net worth skyrocketing to 17,000. Somnus was looking for something with FY.
Yeah, hoping that combo would connect a little bit earlier where he was Ball Lightning over to.
What Azure Ray needs to do is kill these supports, kill this silencer, take out Wind Ranger. They do have enough control. 1 jump from Storm Spirit, 1 silence from Naga Siren should be enough, and then they can deal with the rest. I also want to see if Naga's going to go for Butterfly or if he's going to go for Scotty as his next item. Both items very valuable, I would say, especially Scotty. because you are playing into Morphling and Timbersaw, but if they feel like they need a little bit more damage, he's going to commit with Butterfly. Lu picks it up. Okay, that's an interesting... I don't know if they can instantly kill Lu anyway, so maybe I would prefer if that has been given to Somnus, because Storm overall is probably the best Aegis carrier in the game.
Right, and I think maybe that has to do with a little bit of confidence. I think Somnus is kind of feeling himself at the moment to the point where he's like, all right, I don't need this Aegis. Might as well give it to the least experienced player on the team in Lu. Or maybe the one who kind of needs that little boost of confidence to play a little bit more aggressively, right?
Could be a thing. I still don't know if they can kill this Naga Siren. You get Jump, Manta Style, some Glimmer Cape, Pipe, Guardian Greaves should keep you alive long enough. And now Piggy Killer, they're in a difficult spot. I wanted to see a slightly more aggression coming out from them, considering that like how good of a laning stage they had. Keep it going, keep this momentum flowing.
Can they bring this back, like, easily?
Things
Is
are not
there
going
a
to get
specific game plan?
any easier for them. Items are going to start to pile up. FY already does have Shadow Blade. The combo with Vacuum. Chalice needs to be, I would say, very patient with his vacuums.
Right.
Eventually, Somnus, like his items. Let's see if it's going to be like Kaya Sanj into Aghanim straight, just to have a little bit more control for the combo. To have overall more control in the team fight, because just by seeing it, you're going to approach fight much more different on side of Piggy Killer. You can't be grouping up as much.
So we'll have to see, of course, how it goes. It does feel like more so that Azure Ray are grouping up together to try and make something happen. Ooh. They've got Luke just kind of sitting at the front. Now a shield rune, or a haste rune, sorry. Picked up by Somnus.
You talk so much about shield rune.
It's just always on my mind.
Yeah, you see it. Whatever, it doesn't matter what it is.
Everything is shield rune if you try hard enough.
Yeah. I guess the reasoning why they decided to give Aegis to Lu is because he's got to be the one sieging. Sure, you can like siege with your illusions, but they just managed to take 2 tier 2 towers and like this constant threat of Spirit Breaker plus Storm Spirit. So if you show on the lane...
They know where XM is. Global Silence is going to help him Astro step away, but can he even get out of this one? They go and pop the Guardian Greaves, so the Silence is no longer there. They'll vacuum him back. They've got themselves the Ball Lightning to stick with him, and the charge hits while he tries to TP, so they'll take out XM. With
even
no
though he
XM
died,
for 50 seconds, that's a problem.
Song?
Song on a 2. Like, they have the combination here to really make this work. Vacuum's on cooldown for another 10 seconds, but you do have the net. And the focus and the real attention is on the Hava. They take him out very quickly. They've got the Nether Strike to hit on the Frisk, and this happens right next to the tier 3 top.
Oh, the ability, like the recent change in 7.33 to net, where you can use it on the sleeping targets, is pretty big. So you can actually set things up. You don't need Aghanim Scepter anymore for it. And now this game feels, I would say, even completely over. Piggy Killers, they can't take the fight. They're going to lose a set of barracks, still holding the Aegis for another minute and 20 seconds. Naga Siren too difficult to kill.
Truth, I don't think you need to really back up.
No, you have enough sustain. You have Guardian Greaves, Pugna, this Heart Regions kicking in, so you can go for another set. They lose a fight, game ends.
Yeah, I stop reading my mind. A little TP in. They're playing this pretty safe, but I wonder if they're going to fully retreat on this one. They've actually got FY going after this Silencer. He's all by himself. Arcane Curse. Shackle connects. He's dead. Ooh, I say that. Yeah, no, he's dead. And that's +4. Now they find themselves Chalice, who's kind of here without his team. Vacuum on 5, but okay.
Not sure if Chalice needed to die.
That was another 4 for Mercy.
That's up the gem.
Not great.
Also gave XM big items. Same goes for Fly, who just had his Aghanim Scepter picked up. So you're going to be turning most likely into Naga Siren in these next fights. Again, you have multiple heroes that you could turn into. Naga
Right.
Siren Spirit Breaker feels really nice, but not why you picked up this Aghanim Scepter. So most likely you're going to be looking to steal stats from Naga Siren. And then again, Nullifier on Void Spirit. We've seen it time and time again how much this item is able to achieve. Against Pagna, Decrypify, Glimmer Cape, you remove Bulldoze, Surge, Iron Shell. Every single thing is pretty much dispellable.
So Shard picked up here for Pugna. How do you like it?
I would say not as much, but since Morphling wants to turn into Naga Siren, it's pretty good because you're going to be using Life Drain on your Netherboard to deal with those illusions. So keeping one step ahead.
I meant smoke here by Piggy Killer, but FY, uh-oh. He's already dead. Do they still fight this? Global Silence is used. And
Double
that
damage bottom.
looks like
This
it
is a massive one.
may be a Ball Lightning all the way through. Double damage picked up by Xtreme. They're going to buy back on FY. Now they'll go to the vacuum into the wall. That's going to be on a 4. They don't get the kill yet onto this Void Spirit. They're charging him as they've taken out Mercy, but he already used that Global Silence. That was part of the engagement to start with. Yule's up into the air, into the Aether Remnant. Now they've got the Shackle Shot connecting. They get the kill there on the Chalice, and they're looking for more. FY, who just bought back, needs to be careful. They got the stun onto XM. They just don't know where he is. So Lou's going to try and fight this one out. Ball Lightning over onto Frisk. They get the kill there on the Wind Ranger. And the Ball Lightning looking for more, trying to get Fly, a charge in once again, hitting on the Morphling. He's low, and Fly, ooh, he's not going to die yet. FY is going to be the one who falls to Ava. Ava falls to Lou. They're back in with the Astral Step. Aether Remnant landing on a Lou. Nullifier hits this Naga Siren, who will go into the mirror image.
They know
Still
which one is
surviving
real
for now,
because of
but they
focus
know
fire.
him, and they should be able to kill him. Adaptive Strike, Decrepify, and eventually he will die.
Double buyback, both position 4s buying in this game. Let's see if they can find Tian Meng here. We see the power of this Morphling, Aghanim Scepter, and also a bit of a mistake there from FY. He didn't lock down Void Spirit immediately with ulti. Manages to get Manta Style off.
I mean, that is... wow, XM was sitting with, what, no health for so much of that fight.
We'll see it again. Nullifier also in action. This item changes pretty much everything. There's also an item pickup that we didn't mention. We'll mention it later after this finishes, because you can see Somnus locking onto Wind Ranger with this item. That's the Revenant's Brooch. So you have Enchanted Quiver for best chance. You have Revenant's Brooch that does provide you with True Strike. So that's the hero that he wants to kill. And also gonna be extremely good against Morphling because he's high on armor. Right now sitting at 43 armor, which is 70% physical. So you want to have magical damage. So great thinking from Somnus.
So, smoke on 3. Now smoke on 5. Piggy Killer, they could bring this game back if Azure Ray aren't too careful. With the life drain on the Ava. Shackle, Nether Strike, keeping him in the life drain. They're still going after Ava. They've got the vacuum into the wall. It slows down the FPS, and now they're going to go and try and get the kill onto Silencer. They get the takeout on Mercy, and can they take anybody else out on this one? Ava on the run. Somnus gets the kill on a Frisk. Both supports gone on the side of Piggy Killers as they don't have buyback on the Wind Ranger. They're going to take this tier 2 bottom while Roche, minute 40.
Guys, my PC is going to overheat from all these illusions.
Yeah,
Naga Siren, Darkshire, maybe if Morphling turns into Naga Siren himself, there's going to be some extra illusions coming out from that. And
Monkey
this is
King
exactly
comes
what
into
they
the
need to
game.
do, what we talked about. Kill these 2 supports off immediately, then take a fight 4 versus 5.
I think
3
they don't
versus
feel
5.
comfortable fighting 3v5.
Pretty
and
much.
They'll lose their tier 3 for it. The ensnare, the net. Ava, look at the amount of health he's losing.
As soon as Lou saw this Aghanim Scepter on Morphling, he's like, well, I'm going Lincolns. I don't care about your itemization. I want to be able to protect myself. And I like the next item that I see in his quick buy. A little bit more control. This Hex, he can still upgrade his Orchid into Bloodthorn, which is going to be great against like pretty much anyone. They can lock onto a target. Timbersaw, he does have the spell mechanic of his own, but you can see Piggy Killer, they feel like the game's slipping away from them. Roshan, going to be up in 30 seconds, double damage. FY pinging it out.
Somnus will bottle that up, and yeah, Roshan 30 seconds. 12,000 net worth lead, but it does feel pretty even overall, I would say. I don't think it's too one-sided at the moment. Piggy Killers, they've done a good job of, I feel like, knowing what pressure is out and what they have to do to keep the game close, right? Like, they're not afraid to five-man smoke and fight when they're behind this much.
They have to. The second Roche, too important. Cheese, Aegis, and look at the base. Timber forced the TP out. It's time to go now. They saw him. When they're TPing out, Morphling as well. Seems like they don't want to take this Roche fight. Roshan's going to be on Dyer's side now, 35 minutes in. So he's going to go through his twin gates. Blue already there, setting things up.
Oh.
So not too bad. Like Piggy Killers, they defended their bottom and top. Bottom and mid. Top and mid, sorry. It's early for me. My brain's still not woken up properly. Still trying to contest this, but again, you're playing into Naga Siren, so
It's tough.
not going to be an easy one.
Dominic, it's time for school. Wake up. It's early. There's Dota to play. So, 13,000 net worth lead. They pick up that Aegis. They've got the cheese on Somnus. Again, the Aegis now on Lou. I think Somnus is at a point where he feels pretty unkillable, and he's been pretty much unkillable for the majority of this game post-laning phase.
I'll kill that ward. Does have Gem.
Yep.
Picked up by Tian Ming, so some extra gold coming out from him. Very interactive gameplay coming out from Pugna. Follow Storm Spirit, use Life Drain, and Glimmer Cape.
Yeah,
Somnus.
Oh boy, got the Wisdom Rune too. Oh no.
He just got 2 levels. He was level 20, just got it. So, gets a kill, gets XP Rune, Aghanim Scepter now available. This is massive. This is the combo that we mentioned. Finally, it's there.
Is Tian Ming trying to save up the Lotuses to give to Somnus with that cheese?
Yes. And he finally finds it. Great healing Lotus.
A vacuum wall, ball lightning with the vortex that lands on Ava. They charge and hit the Morphling, and it really is XM trying to go to the backlines to get this kill, but Fly's caught out alone, and he'll end up dead. So will this bottom set of racks. So Fly dead for 75 seconds, doesn't have buyback, charge on the XM, that'll be stopped. And now their attention is on to the last tier 3 and Ceterax as Chalice comes in with a normal punch. Aether Remnant, Global Silence, and Chalice is dead just like that. I mean, that was a quick little kill there. Somnus has the AoE Vortex. They'll lock on to XM. Ball Lightning to finish him off. He doesn't have buyback either. And Frisk looking like he might be next, but they've got the Silence. Now that we've got the Arcane Curse, Somnus is pretty low, but he'll ball lightning away while they've got the ensnare. The charge comes across, hits all 3 heroes. Yule's up into the air by Ava. Lou trying to do some damage here, but he doesn't really care about them. He can put some damage onto the towers. He can put some damage onto the racks. It's really up to him. He doesn't need to fight. They've got themselves mega creeps, and they'll call GG. Yeah, so Azure Ray will take game number 1 over the side of Piggy Killers in what was a tough laning phase, but afterwards, they really made it work.
You can see them being more experienced. They made, like, living...